Hi guys, it certainly has been a while, hasn't it? If you don't know me, I'm Jero, and I just recently took an unexpected break from vlogging. Originally, it was meant to be a week or two off for me to focus on my midterms, but then some of my midterms were much further on than those 2 weeks, and I lost the motivation to come up with anything in the film. So here's what I've been up to, and the scrapped ideas from the past month and a half that I've been gone. Firstly, I want to talk about the weather. It has been completely crazy these past few months with how many typhoons and storms have been hitting our country, especially heading into the rainy season. It was storming quite a bit, even recently now, but then the next week it would be completely sunny, and I think that I was the most anxious when I forgot my umbrella back at home during those uncertain weeks. In October, I went to see my very first gig.
Unknown of what's within. I will sing you my truth, voice the overwrought rapid, and so will I, hound the hersine. The conifers twirl, yet the serpent, stage quiet, music swung alone, with a crowd as they riot.
And it was definitely the coolest thing I went to this semester. I was completely blown away by how cool everything and everyone was there, especially the bands that played that night. If you're familiar with the artist Yelliker, I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I was there to see them, and it definitely made my entire year being able to see them play live and being introduced to other bands and music, and to witness a mosh pit. I got some merch, but I don't think I took any videos, so here's some pictures. This is definitely going to be one of those memories that I hold on to for the rest of my life and look back on my freshman year of college to something that I really, really enjoyed. In my yard at home, I noticed I had some succulents growing out of the rocks, which were probably definitely some sort of weeds or an invasive kind of, I have no idea. But I took one and I repotted it into an old plant I had so I could take it to the dormitory. It did unfortunately sustain some injuries on the way, like a torn leaf or two, but it made it. And it brings a little more life to my room than some fake vines. And maybe just a week or two later, it already started growing taller with more leaves on it, so that's good. And this plant was actually supposed to be part of my scrapped idea for the next video that I was supposed to do. And originally, the next video I had planned was about why my favorite color is a certain shade of coral, or terracotta, whatever you like to call it. I only scrapped this video because it didn't feel like I had much to talk about to make it a full video in itself, but I do really like this specific color because back home everything is this color too. The gates, the tiles, unsurprisingly the plant pots, and surprisingly the plants as well. I try to take this color wherever I go, so a lot of my accessories are monochrome to this color terracotta, and it's important to me to always be taking a bit of home when I go out, be it in the color or the plants that are probably invasively tearing up my garden. But to me, it's the same sentiment of matching accessories or keychains and whatnot with people. The second scrapped idea I had for a video was to do the 6 a.m. routine. Back in high school, I would always wake up at around 5:45 to get to school in time, to be able to have time to get ready and all that. But in college, school tends to start a bit later, so you have that time to sleep in. But I wanted to try and get back into the waking up at 6 a.m. routine. And I scrapped this idea just because I really couldn't be bothered to wake up early. And though this idea is really not off the table yet, I do want to try it at some point, but having to do it during midterms with having to stay up late at night while I'm studying and all these projects that I had, I just really didn't feel like it yet. so it will be put on the back burner for now. And at the end of October, I had an idea for Halloween. I left a bucket of candy outside my room for people on my floor to take some, and I was a bit shy about filming in the hall with people walking about, but I want to say that it was really successful. I left it out before I went on a run, and when I came back, like, all the chocolate was gone and there was some coffee candy left. But I'll definitely be doing this next year. But on the 31st, it was not just Halloween, but it was also my birthday. I am now a whopping 19 years old. And an annual tradition I have is to do a self-portrait. So I'll talk you through my thoughts on this year's portrait. A year ago, in my senior year of high school, actually throughout most of my high school, I had a pixie cut-esque hair. And it was only during my senior year and into the summer that I started to grow it out. I think after 4 or so years, I was really starting to miss tying my hair up in cute hairstyles like space buns, pigtails, braiding. And I also had some trauma from my hair salon, so I left it to grow out. Not even just this year alone, but quite a bit has changed since we just last saw each other. For one, I don't have braces anymore, though some clips in this video were shot before I got my braces off and then some after. I also got a very minimal haircut just to fix my layers and everything, sort of like a maintenance kind of haircut, and I got new glasses, which are more square than they were last time. The glasses were quite a bit a change overdue, since my last pair was pretty beaten up from getting hit in the face with a soccer ball once, and also going through the mud with my glasses on. I will say these new glasses were a lot harder to get right in the drawing than my simple round ones that I had before, because these ones had more sides, more angles. I don't know. There was nothing too crazy about this drawing. I just wanted to relax and get something done that I can look back on the following year for my next portrait. But I did really like how this one turned out. I think it's my first portrait since maybe 2019 that I actually got to draw out my long hair. I used to have really pin straight hair when I was younger, and after my haircut it just started kind of growing into wavy. So I'm not really sure why, but I really like it. And while we're still on the creative spark, I started a new crochet project. I've been really missing this hobby lately. I haven't been able to crochet for such a long time. So I decided to come up with a quick, kind of, not really quick, but pretty simple project that I can put on the back burner and then pick up again when I'm not that busy, or something that I can do while I'm talking to people or watching a movie, something that really doesn't require that much brain power. So basically, it's gonna be, if I can do it right, a tote bag that converts into like a shoulder bag. You can see on my iPad in the back, I drew sort of a diagram or blueprint of what I wanted it to look like. And I like doing this with a lot of my crochet projects, especially when I'm making little stuffed animals. I try to draw them to scale, so that instead of following or writing down a pattern, I can just compare it to the screen over and over so that I get the proportions how I really wanted them to be. But this is the bag that I want to do. But yes, it's going to be a tote bag that converts into a shoulder bag, or whatever you call the ones that like go across your chest. And it's gonna have like a clip to detach the strap, and then a holder for my umbrella since I take it everywhere I go now. And as of right now, it's still being worked on, so it's probably something that will be checked into every now and then and for the next couple of videos. But I will be working on it in the background while I do my work, while I meet up with people, and while I watch my movies. And that's mostly all that I've been up to on my break. Aside from drowning in academics, I've been slowly getting back my spark to create that I lost from midterms. So I want to thank you guys for being patient with me and waiting it out. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's just some final thoughts to fill up the end card. I've been thinking about investing in a smaller microphone, like the handheld ones that like other vloggers have, so that I don't have to wait for the weekend to do my video recording for my voice audio, because that's what I've been doing for these past few, for like all the videos. My mic set is not portable at all, and I can't take it with me to the dormitory, so I have to wait till the weekends when I can come home to do voice recordings. So I'll probably invest in a tiny microphone, the handheld ones. And then I've been wanting to do like, I don't know, what's in my bag videos, but my bag is always really messy. So I think it'll help me though to be able to make something like kind of aesthetic, to be able to organize my bag more and then make my bag look nicer. But yes, those are the plans for the upcoming videos. I have other ideas on the back burner, like stickers and keychains for my shop. I've been starting to finally get those on the way. I want to do more casual kind of videos where I can just talk and talk without a script, because I feel like the thing that's been really holding me back from making videos is that I dread having to make a script that I have to follow for the video. So maybe just talking lighten the load. And I do also, on the other side of it, on the spectrum of like the chillness of a video, I also want to get back into more cinematic videos. I just really do not have the time to plan out shots and do them with the space that I have as well back in my dorm. So there's a lot of things that need to fall in place for me to be able to do things like that, but I will be trying. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.